Hey guys, welcome back to the Veteran Rookie Podcast.
Man, what a jump scare for the listeners hearing you first.
I know, I've been wanting to do it for a couple weeks.
And the time arose. That's the rookie opening the soda and the episode.
Yeah, buddy.
Veteran here speaking, going into the Week 5 NFL season now. Coming off Week 4.
You sound so excited to just get right into it.
You want to jump into it?
Jump right in.
Let's just jump right into it.
Perhaps.
Let's see. Last week we had a lot of duds. I mean, we'll start with our picks, I guess, for game of the week. I don't think either of us deserve a point. I took Dolphins, Bills. You took Packers, Lions, and they're both very meh.
Blowouts.
So for the first time this season, it's just going to be a straight up draw. Nobody wins because
we both lose.
They're both mid. We would have been better off taking Bears, Broncos, because at least that was a big comeback and a close game.
Judas Priest.
Between the two worst teams in the NFL. Crazy. Blowout of the week, I took the Chiefs over the Jets because surely, they'll destroy Zach Wilson. But no, he should have won that game.
Yeah, the Chiefs were...
but the Chiefs were just too dominant.
The same thing. They're the same thing.
Yeah.
I like that picture of the ref with, instead of black stripes, they're red and it says Chiefs on it.
Or when he's doing a jersey swap with Patrick Mahomes.
That's a good one, too, yeah. I mean, good for him, I guess. Get it done.
So the Chiefs, they did still win, but it was only by 3, so not much of a blowout. You took the Niners.
Which is crazy.
Over the Cardinals.
The last season's MVP threw for 5,000 yards, and he got outplayed by Zach Wilson.
Should have thrown 3 picks.
Should have thrown 3 picks.
Should have thrown 4 because there was a dropped interception, too, that the Jets had.
Terrible player. He's not even top 5. Not even top 30 quarterback. Terrible.
Zach Wilson goated.
For real.
Lowest scoring game, you took Bears Broncos, which was
what
going
did I take
that way.
as upset?
Upset of the week, you took Raiders over Chargers. Which was kind of close until they threw a pick at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Upset of the week, I took the Texans over the Steelers, which turned out big time for me. CJ Stroud, the Stroud boys. Going strong.
Wait, I took Raiders as upset, or
you took Raiders over Chargers
for upset?
Yes.
What did I take for lowest scoring?
You took Bears Broncos.
Oh.
I took Saints Bucks, which was a lot more low scoring. So I win both those categories, upset of the week and lowest scoring game. But then you come back with a vengeance here for fantasy player of the week. You took Jalen Hurts, and I had Kirk Cousins. And Hurts put up more points than the highest scoring fantasy quarterback.
Yeah, buddy.
Dang it. I was hoping that'd be a sure thing. So with our points now, you have 10, I have 9. So just a 1-point deficit right there for the draft.
Shoot. Let's go through. What games did I get?
What games did you get? Well, I mean, Broncos, Bears, Justin Fields threw for 300 yards and I think 3 touchdowns. And then they had a 21-point lead on the Broncos. And then they let them come back.
Yeah, that's
lose.
Crazy.
These teams are both just horrible.
Justin Fields threw for 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 335 yards.
Mm-hmm. That's got to be like the best game of his career.
And they still choked it away to be 0-4.
He also fumbled at the end of the game, returned for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. That'll do it.
Yep. How about the hyped up Dolphins-Bills game of the year right there, baby.
Let's go.
Miami, where are you?
I saw a funny post. It was on TikTok, and it was I don't remember what the audio was, but it was just this mom yelling at her son, and it was the mom was the Bills, and then it was showing the last 5 times that they've played, and it's been blowouts every time, except for that one time they beat us.
Punt.
The butt, yeah.
Yeah.
Besides that, but we've been destroyed.
Well, the other game last year was also pretty close in the snow, but
yeah, that one was good too.
And then you beat them you barely beat their third-string quarterback in the playoffs also.
That was crazy.
But yeah, Miami just, after putting up 70, did not put up, 65 or 63 or whatever I said?
63.
Yeah. They only come in putting up 20. I mean, Buffalo, I felt like they had this game won at half. I think they were up by 17 at halftime or something like that. And they just kept rolling. The Bills looking pretty freaking good right now.
Yeah, buddy.
You know who's not looking so hot, though, is Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
Yeah, it's
still.
It's unfortunate. I don't think they're coming back this year.
I thought they'd have it a little bit turned around by this point. The Bengals always have a slow start, so don't be worried they lost to the Browns. And, week 2, that was not the best loss to the Ravens, but at least it was close. And then Super Bowl rematch on Monday night, they are able to squeak out a win against the Rams team that's definitely not as good as they were when they won the Super Bowl, and now destroyed by the Titans, who only put up 3 points and under 100 yards the week before against the Browns. So,
yeah, it was the Bengals' turn to put up 3 points.
The exact same score from the Titans game the week before, just flipped in their favor this time.
They're playing the Cardinals next, so
Ooh.
it's going to be embarrassing when they lose to the Cardinals.
Yeah. I mean, they might actually, because the Cardinals have been playing teams tough. Of course, they beat the Cowboys 2 weeks ago, and then this past week they didn't roll over and die against the Niners. I mean, you did take that for your blowout of the week and got it, but like the Cardinals put up a valiant effort in that one.
Yeah, they sure tried. It was really close at one point, and then
CMC
scored 3 touchdowns.
4 of them.
He had 4?
Yeah.
Wow.
First 4 touchdowns of the game went all to him. He was close to scoring the 5th down at the goal line. I think Purdy ended up sneaking it in or something.
Yeah, Purdy got 1 touchdown, 283 yards, 20 for 21. He had 1 incomplete pass.
That's crazy.
And then Joshua Dobbs had 28 for 41 with 265 yards and 2 tutties. Joshua Dobbs looking like a quarterback.
He's securing himself a spot as a top tier backup, I would say, or maybe even a low tier starter for the next 5 years.
I know, right? He's like in that Baker Mayfield kind of category now.
Well, Baker's kind of been balling.
I mean, Baker's been
for the
balling.
Bucks this year.
Baker's getting out of that Mayfield category.
Yeah, real fast. We both took the Saints last week against the Bucks, and then Derek Carr ended up playing for some reason, even though he's all banged up, and it didn't help as they lost to the Bucks 26-9.
Yeah, they got 3 field goals.
Baker Mayfield with 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns to their 3 field goals, 246 yards, 25 for 32, and an interception. But 3-1. The Buccaneers.
Who would have? I think I might have predicted the Bucks to have like 4 wins all season long.
I think I had them at like 15-2. Or 2-15. 2-15, not 15.
One or the other. But
they might go 15-2. We'll see.
At this point, I mean, Baker Mayfield, anything's possible.
For real. Like
Woke
2
up
really
feeling
good
dangerous.
receivers and a fine running back and
That's still a solid defense.
And like a Hall of Fame quarterback.
You're replacing that bum Tom Brady from last season.
Real.
He straight up is better than Brady was last year, though.
Dude,
so far.
So far, I mean, if he gets a better record than Brady did last year, that's gonna be crazy. He probably will.
I'd love to see it though. Bucks taking this division.
I would love to see it. This division's terrible.
We both took the Saints to take this division, and so far they haven't looked good.
No,
they got 2 wins against. They barely beat the Titans by 1, and then they beat the Panthers, who are one of the 2 winless teams in the NFL right now.
Yeah,
they choked against the Packers, and then just got pooped on by the Bucks. So. New Orleans, come back to us. Where are you? What happened?
No, that's okay. I kind of like watching the Bucks.
Yeah, I like Baker Mayfield. I've always liked Baker Mayfield, even though he can be a roller coaster, a little bit of a train wreck sometimes.
Yeah, they really tried against the Eagles week before too. I mean, they got 11 points, which is kind of weird. They got 11, but
Commies really tried against the Eagles this past week, though.
They really did, and they almost got it.
Took them to overtime, 34-31, but. I mean, Commanders giving the Eagles a run for their money, which I wasn't expecting after putting up 3 points against the Bills and 4 Sam Howell interceptions.
Hey, that's just to show you. Eagles and Chiefs were in the Super Bowl last year. Eagles kind of been struggling. They almost lost to the Commies, and the Chiefs should have lost.
Commies are frisky though. They got a really good defense and I still don't know what to think about their offense. Hot and cold, I guess. I
think they're like a bottom 16 team.
I think they could sneak into the playoffs, especially with that defense.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see,
but still, the Super Bowl team almost losing to them, and then the Chiefs
they lost to them last year.
first team that they lost to,
and
then like just not looking good against them, and then the Chiefs looking terrible against the Jets and needing some bailouts.
Yeah, so I don't really care that the Eagles almost lost this
then
game.
The
though.
Bills
it's a
just
divisional game,
drilling people since week 2.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's probably good news for me.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, the only concern I would have for the Bills then is normally teams who start off the season hot don't end so hot. But, I mean, sometimes it's a little bit of a roller coaster where you start off hot and then by mid-season you go on like a 3-game skid. I mean, when the Rams won the Super Bowl a couple years ago, they didn't win a single game in November. And then they got hot again and won the Super Bowl. So
That's what we did, except for then we choked in the playoffs.
Yeah. What, last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of a skid, and then, yeah.
So hope your skid comes in November. Get hot late December, early January.
Yeah, because Burrow's
Go
not
to the
doing
playoffs as
good.
like the 3 seed.
Chiefs
and then,
aren't great. Eagles aren't looking as good as they were.
I think the Bills' biggest threat really is still Miami. Just because, they're in that division. They could still very well win that division.
They're
not
both
too
going to be in the
concerned
playoffs for
Dolphins.
sure.
Yeah. I'm liking the Dolphins this season, though. I'm liking what
Kind
they're
of
doing.
scaring me, but I'm glad about last week.
Even though they didn't show up.
Yeah, but they might show up later. We play them again, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's, I think, week 18. So that could be for the division.
Yeah, that's an important game. Cowboys are back finally. They got
After a 1-week hiatus.
finally back. Oh my
Worst
goodness.
loss of Bill Belichick's career.
Oh
ever.
my gosh, really?
Not even, when he was the Browns head coach in the 90s, he never had a loss this bad.
3-38 is insane.
Yeah. 35-point loss.
He benched Mac Jones.
Well, at
And
that
put
point, it's
Zappe
because
in.
it was lost. Jones is still going to play next week.
Jones is bad.
Second best quarterback from 2021.
Who's the best?
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh,
The other guys are Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields.
hey, Zach Wilson played his heart out last week.
He did.
He did all he could.
In front of Taylor Swift.
In front of Taylor Swift, well, in front of Kelsey mom.
That's why he was doing that.
I saw a report. It was like Zach Wilson and Donna Kelsey leaving the stadium together.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, get her down, I guess.
Big game in the AFC North. Your Deshaun Watson no show for the Browns, and by that I mean he just didn't play because he was hurt. And so, what's their backup's name? Dontorian Thompson Robinson, the rookie quarterback who was good in the preseason, not so good when it matters though. 3 interceptions, 121 yards.
Oof.
I mean, to be fair to him, I mean he was kind of just thrown to the wolves last second when they're like, "Oh, guess Watson's not playing. Go out there." And so he had his struggles and whatnot, and then so yeah, Baltimore with the big win here, an insurmountable 28-3 lead, and they held on to that and won. And they're looking like they're going to be a team that takes this division. I know it's really early, and obviously a lot can change because it's the Ravens. They're all going to get hurt and tear their ACLs, and then Joe Burrow is going to figure it out, I guess, or something.
12 players on IR or something.
But I mean, the Ravens look by far and away the best team in the AFC North. Because the Browns, I think the Browns are the second best team in the division. And then you got the Bengals and the Steelers, I guess, is a tie for last because they both look terrible.
Yeah, I think the Bengals, if they can put it aside and just bench Burrow for a couple weeks for him
Let
to
them get
recover,
healthy.
because their backup is someone I've never heard of with a weird name, and he's not good.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of really screwed themselves over here. But I think you just take a couple weeks for losses because they've been doing that anyway, and let Joe Burrow recover a little bit. Draft some people for your O-line. Trade. Do something.
Mm-hmm.
It's still bad.
Yeah, their backup quarterback is Jake Browning.
Yeah, I've never heard
Has he
of
ever
that
done
fellow.
anything?
He got drafted, I'm sure.
Drafted 2 years ago out of Washington. He has he's 0 for 1 passing, and he has 1 rushing yard for -1 yard. And that's his whole career.
Good for him, yeah. Put him in, get him some more incompletions, coupling interceptions.
Get him out of the way.
Get him out of the way. Because if you keep pushing Burrow, he's going to stay hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since he's getting pressured a lot and hit and sacked.
See a couple other games. Vikings got their first win of the season against the Panthers, who are still winless. And currently the Bears, if the draft started today, the Bears would be picking number 1 and number 2 overall.
Correct.
Thanks to the Carolina Panthers. That way they can ruin 2 stars' careers instead of 1.
Yeah, get it.
You got the Rams choking against the Colts and then pulling it out in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
It was 23-0. Colts scored 23 straight, and then Pua Nakua in overtime for the win. He's been crazy good this season. He has the most receptions by anyone to start a career. I think he's like 39.
Wow. Yeah, it was 20 to 0.
He already has 500 yards.
What the frick, dude? That's crazy.
And only one touchdown, which was the game winner.
Yeah. Rams were down by 20 at halftime, and then
Or up by 20.
or Rams were up by 20 at halftime, and then the Colts had 23 points scored in the second half, and then they choked in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Bad players.
Anthony Richardson, though, I mean, if you're the Carolina Panthers, obviously you don't want to be panicking about Bryce Young right now because it's only 4 games into his career. But you're seeing what CJ Stroud's doing with the Texans. You're seeing what Anthony Richardson's doing with the Colts. They're both balling out, and then Bryce Young is struggling. I mean, you got to wait like 2 or 3 years to really truly evaluate it, but early on, probably not feeling the greatest.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson had 200 yards and 2 tutties.
Yeah, they're balling.
Yeah, Texans beat up on the Steelers.
Yeah, called it.
Yeah, CJ Stroud had 306 yards and 2 tutties.
He has like 151 attempts, I think, something like that, and no interceptions.
Wow.
Which is the most attempts by a quarterback starting their career without a pick.
Dude,
he just keeps going.
He could get that record.
Yeah. No interceptions all season for CJ Stroud. I mean, the rookie of the year feels like, again, it's early, but coming down to like CJ Stroud and Anthony Richardson, because those quarterbacks are both balling, and they're in that same division there.
Puka Nacua.
Throw him in there as well. I mean, we got some good rookies right now.
Yeah, buddy, we do. What did we get for Pick'ems?
Pick'ems, I wasn't feeling great, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I went 10-6, you went 11-5.
Hey.
So you extend your 1-point lead to a 2-point lead.
What's our overall scores?
I'm 40-24. You're 42-22. So slowly pulling away, I guess. But I mean, that can also change in a week
Today.
very quickly.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, back-to-back weeks where you outscore me by 1 point right there, and feeling pretty good about the pick'em so far. What was your goal? Under 90 losses?
Under 90.
Okay.
Under 90 losses, and I kind of got to go play a little better for that.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, your original goal was under 100, so.
if I can get under 100, I'll still be
you had like
happy.
104 last year or something like that.
Under 90, I think would be ideal. Yeah, I think that's it for this week.
Yeah, how
Unless
about
you have-
jumping into next week? You got first overall pick.
First overall pick. Shoot. I will take game of the week. I will.
Go to the best category.
Yeah, I'm going to go Niners Cowboys because it's looking like the only good game that's happening this week. Jags Bills could be good, but I think the Bills are going to walk on the Jags.
Yeah, Jags. I mean, we didn't really touch on that game, but the Jags beat the Falcons across the pond there, but they still don't look like a Super Bowl team.
The Falcons are literally just what's his name?
Bijan Robinson for the
just
Falcons.
Bijan Robinson, literally.
Yeah, the Falcons aren't looking too great either. But
they almost beat the Jags.
Well, Desmond Ridder has not been very good. I wouldn't say almost. It was 17-0 in the first half.
They almost beat him.
23-7.
Still, I didn't watch the game.
I did. I watched a little bit of the Toy Story broadcast.
It was kind of cool looking.
At first I was like, "What is this? This is terrible."
It looked goofy.
And then I saw some of the highlights and I was like, "Oh, it's actually kind of cool."
It is kind of cool, yeah.
So
I
maybe
like how Slinky was the
he was the chains.
the chain. It was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
So if they do that again next week, I don't know if they're doing it for the Bills
I'd watch that.
game or not.
For
But
the
if
Bills.
they are, like, might tune in. You know, get one on each screen going or something.
Addict.
All right, game of the week. You
Jets,
go
Broncos.
there. I'm gonna go Chiefs Vikings. Vikings
Yes.
keeps their games relatively close. I mean, I don't like really much of the other options I got going on for me there.
Yeah.
The Chiefs, they let the Jets stick with them there. They kind of just let whoever stick with them, I guess, nowadays. They
Yeah.
win, but I think they're going to win this game. But I think Kirk Cousins can make it close. The noon nightmare. This is a noon game, right? If it's prime time, I'm going to take it back.
It's 2.
2:20. Yeah, I'll still hold on to it, though.
There's 2 games happening at 2:25.
That's
so-
it?
Well, there's 2 games at 2:05.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, like, there's only 2 late afternoon games. What's going on? Yes, I'll go Chiefs Vikings for game of the week. And then, let's see. I'm going to go lowest scoring game of the week. Give me Thursday night's Bears versus Commies.
Yeah, that is the lowest scoring game of the week.
I mean, they
probably.
played on Thursday night last year, and I'm pretty sure the Commies won 12-7. It was an ugly game then, and I think it's going to be an ugly game now. Except I think the Bears are probably worse than they were last year, and the Commies are better. So it could end up being a blowout and kind of screw me over in that way, but we'll see.
I'm really eyeballing that Jets-Broncos game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of looking at the Titans-Colts, too.
Yeah.
I think it could. They're both going to be gritty games. I think the Titans-Colts is going to be a lot of brutal in the trenches warfare. But I think
guerrilla warfare.
I think I really just want to see the Broncos defense be terrible, and then Zach Wilson still not be able to do anything against them.
I want to see Zach Wilson throw 5 touchdowns against the Broncos.
That'd be crazy.
Their defense is so bad this year. It's crazy how they just pulled a complete 180.
Oh, maybe I won't pick that. Oh, man. I'll go Titans-Colts. I will.
Okay.
Because the Jets do have some weapons, and Zach Wilson showed it last week. He showed looking good. And he was playing the Super Bowl champs, and he almost beat them. So against the Broncos, I think he'll probably do better.
Yeah, he was looking better.
It'll probably still not be a high-scoring game, but I will take Titans-Colts
All right.
for lowest scoring. I'm going to go to give me fantasy player, and then I'm going to take Stephon Diggs as my fantasy player of the week.
Ooh, okay.
I think he's going to ball out. Jags defense is not that great, and he balled out last week, so part 2, hopefully.
Put up a lot of points there. Let's see. For fantasy player of the week, give me Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I want him to go. He's on my fantasy team, so, might as well root for him twice as much, I guess. Going against that Steelers defense, CJ Stroud put up probably 20-some points.
Yeah.
Against them, so why not Lamar? Plus, with the rushing yards, Steelers defense is just T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith, pretty much, and then I guess Minka Fitzpatrick, and then it's just mid after that.
Yeah, a bunch of grade schoolers.
Yeah, so the Steelers all around just have issues.
For real.
One of them is the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm going to go to upset of the week here. And I'm going to take the Cardinals over the Bengals.
Dang it. I wanted that one. Man.
They've been playing teams close. The Bengals have been such a mess right now. It just kind of feels right to pick that as an upset this week.
Yeah, it does. And I was looking at it kind of,
I thought you were going to go there with your last pick. I'm glad you went fantasy player.
I blanked. I blanked on it.
Thank you.
And big stupid time.
Story of my life.
Who's the upset in Texans Falcons?
Oh, that's a 1-point line in the favor of the Falcons.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I think Lions will beat Panthers.
If you want to take the Panthers, Lions are 9.5-point favorites.
It's not happening. I think Jets are going to beat Broncos, and I think Packers will beat Raiders, but I think that's probably the best. Well, the Saints. Are the Saints not favored? Patriots, I believe.
Patriots are 1-point favorites there, so that's tough.
That is. I don't like taking those ones because that's kind of cheap.
Let's see. You could take.
I could take Raiders, Packers.
Yeah, Packers are 2.5-point favorites in Vegas.
I hate the Raiders.
They're really betting on Green Bay there.
Yeah, I always feel cheap taking the 1 point, but
let's see. If you want more than 1 point, you can go.
Not going Eagles, Rams, or Giants, Dolphins.
You can go Giants, Dolphins. You can go Panthers, Lions.
Not happening.
And you can go Packers, Raiders.
I will take Packers, Raiders. I don't feel great about it, but
taking the Raiders back-to-back weeks here.
I know. Shouldn't be doing that, but I really don't want to bet on the Broncos, and I don't want to do the 1 point thing with the Saints and Patriots.
And
I really do think the Lions are going to destroy the Panthers.
Probably.
And then my next pick is going to be a blowout.
Yep, last pick right here.
I'm taking Dolphins over Giants. It's going to be a massacre.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be unfair, I think.
Yeah, part of New York, we didn't talk about that game at all, but Daniel Jones was sacked 10 times or something like that.
I can sure check.
Yes. How many times is he sacked on Monday night? He hasn't been great this season, but I feel like it's not really his fault. His offensive line is non-existent. And his receivers, they're whatever. I think the big issue is the Giants' offensive line literally can't block anybody because he'll step back to pass, and then there's 4 defenders in his face, sacking him, stripping the football out. He just doesn't have a chance.
I could not pull up the sacks.
Oh, I did so much talking for you, though.
I know. Let's just say it was 10 times because that's how many I think it was.
It was a lot. It was every other play, it felt like. It was crazy.
He has to be the most sacked quarterback right now.
Definitely.
He has to be. But
Yeah.
but Joe Burrow's not that far behind, I don't think.
Probably, yeah. And some of it is Daniel Jones' fault, too. That pick 6 that he threw at the end of the game. Just rushed the throw. Unnecessary right there. But, yeah. Giants are a mess. We called it. Neither of us had them going to the playoffs this season like they did last. How did this team win a playoff game a year ago?
How'd that happen?
What the heck?
Saquon Barkley. That's it.
I guess so, but they had him against the Cowboys, and it didn't matter.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate.
Okay.
Fumbling the ball every other play. And
My blood of the week, I'm going to go Lions over Panthers.
really?
Yeah. 9.5 point favorites. I think they're going to dominate them.
You're not taking Eagles over Rams?
No, Rams are too frisky.
Okay.
I like the Lions here dominating Bryce Young and the Panthers. I really hope Bryce Young plays, because if it's Andy Dalton, then the Panthers might actually have a chance to win that game.
Dang. Yeah, I think Lions spank on that one.
Yeah.
Anything else to say about that?
I think that's it for Pick'ems. We got 4 teams on bye this week too, so slimmer pickings: Browns, Chargers, Seahawks, and Bucks.
Less for me to mess up.
Baker Mayfield getting a chance to
Bathe in all that money.
all that money he's going to be making himself when the Bucks give him a 10-year contract in the offseason.
Oh, yeah. Bears commies. What do you think?
I'm going to go Commanders.
Yeah, that's
and
commies all day.
hopefully not a blowout.
I think it's going to be a blowout. Jags Bills. I'm
Across the
taking
pond.
Bills.
I was going to take this for blowout of the week if you didn't take Diggs for fantasy player. Buffalo.
Yeah, that's all the way. Saints Patriots.
I'm surprised you didn't take this one for your lowest scoring game. I think this is going to be a pretty low scoring affair, but I'm going to take the Patriots.
I think I'll take the Patriots too. I kind of was thinking, on the off chance that they just both blow up and start slinging it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Titans really have that capacity, and I don't think the Colts do either. I think they're both going to be bad.
Yeah.
Just really slow moving. Talking about them, what do you think?
I'm going to go with the Colts.
I'm going to go Titans.
But that's pretty much a toss-up for me.
For real. Ravens over Steelers for sure.
Yep.
And then Lions over Panthers, obviously. Texans and Falcons. I'm going to take the Texans. They've been looking good.
Sam, I'm a Stroud boy.
Stroud boy, one of the Stroud boys. Dolphins over Giants, and it's not even a question.
Yep.
Bengals and Cardinals. You're taking Cardinals for your upset.
I am. AZ.
And
so's 42% of people on Yahoo.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm really considering going Cardinals.
Yeah.
Because, what the heck? It's just been a terrible
They've
showing.
looked better than the Bengals this season so far.
Honestly, they have. But
Cardinals could be 3-1.
Cardinals could be 3-1, and Bengals should be 0-4.
Yeah.
Bengals
could be 2-2. They were close against the Ravens, but
shoot, man, this is really tough. I'll take Bengals. I'll take Bengals to differ, but I have no faith whatsoever. I think it's
at
a
this
toss-up.
point.
I'll just both say that, just be a blowout.
Bengals destroy them.
Eagles, Rams. I'm going to take Eagles, but you were saying something about that Rams team.
Yeah, I was considering it for my upset of the week. I'm still going to take Philly, though.
Okay. Jets, Broncos. I think there's no way at all the Broncos win, personally. But Zach Wilson could revert to himself 2 weeks ago instead of himself 1 week ago.
Yeah, I'm torn on this one. I'm going to go Jets because I don't trust the Broncos at all. Not that I trust Zach Wilson very much, but at least the Jets' defense has been good. Nothing's been good with the Broncos.
Donna Kelsey will not be at this game.
We don't know that.
Probably won't be at this game, so he'll probably play bad.
Maybe Taylor Swift will be at the game.
Oh my goodness. Chiefs Vikings. I'll take Chiefs here, even though they've been looking bad.
I'll take the Chiefs as well, even though they've just been mid, not bad, but just
Compared to what they were last year,
yeah. They were kind of like this last year. I feel like too, though.
I feel like if this year's team played last year's team would like destroy them.
Probably.
I don't think it'd be close. It'd be like a blowout.
I mean, they both have Patrick Mahomes. That'd be crazy.
Patrick Mahomes almost threw 4 picks
Versus
yesterday.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, but Patrick Mahomes almost threw 4. MVP Patrick Mahomes versus this season Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Almost threw 4 picks, but the refs were really not wanting that.
Check just came in as the pick got picked.
The check,
Mm-hmm.
it got to them from the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all that Travis Kelce money from selling
Yeah.
400 times the amount of jerseys and
Yep.
Judas. Cowboys Niners. I'm gonna take Niners here, but Cowboys have been looking kind of scary and then also kind of terrible.
Yeah.
Like back and forth.
Niners have only looked scary. So I'm
Mhm.
taking them.
Niners are terrible.
One of the last, I think, 2 undefeated teams in the NFL. I think it's Niners Eagles.
You could.
Or
be
the
right.
last 2 undefeated teams. Let me see.
I believe so.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the Niners have been doing it a lot better than the Eagles have. The Eagles have been getting those close games, those scary little. Last week they won by.
Yeah. Eagles don't look like they're at 100%, but they're still 4-0, which is kind of scary.
Yeah, but they haven't been playing the best people. Bucks, Commies, and
Patriots.
Patriots. It's like that's not. Patriots and who else did they play? Shoot.
I don't remember. Oh,
Uh,
Vikings.
Vikings. Yeah, so like that's not.
It's not the toughest slate.
It's not the toughest slate, but it's not bad. And I feel like the Niners have been better. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Niners over Cowboys.
Same.
Packers Raiders. This is my upset, and I don't feel good about it, but I am taking Raiders
Devontae Adams' revenge game that he chose to not be on the Packers anymore.
again.
I'm going to go Green Bay here.
Hasn't he had his revenge game already?
No. This is
No?
the first time playing against the Packers.
Ooh. And he's gonna get underthrown and like a pick 6 on the.
Yeah,
Jair Alexander.
he should demand a trade.
He needs to leave.
Like,
dude.
the Raiders aren't going anywhere, and he's 30.
Go to the Bills.
Mm-hmm. I
Go
saw
to
one guy saying he should go to the Ravens.
He tears ACL as soon as he gets there. Walks in the facility.
Yeah,
just-
right. As soon as the trade is official, he signs the contract, gets up, and then just his knee collapses.
Yeah, OBJ is the same age as him, right?
Yeah, same draft.
Same age, same draft. Gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Plays bad. I think he could go. He could go to the Chiefs, dude.
They wouldn't trade him inside the division.
But he could. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
They could trade him to someone else, and then he could trade him to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Imagine him on the Dolphins or on the Bills or
Dolphins don't need him.
Dolphins.
He's
don't
too
need him,
slow to
but
play for the Miami.
Yeah, he's too tall too. He's like
Uh-huh.
3 inches too tall.
Yeah, the Bills could actually use him though, because they still need a quote unquote number 2. Would that make Diggs the number 2 there though? Like,
Oh, don't say that.
I
Stop.
feel like they trade for him and Diggs would get pissed off.
Yeah, Diggs would get pissed. Yeah. He could go to the Lions. That'd be really good.
I would not like that.
That'd be cool. He could go to the Lions, dude.
No.
Or he could go to the Niners or the Cowboys.
Cowboys don't need him.
Cowboys should get him though.
Niners could use him.
Niners could use him.
Go to the Packers.
Guys, I'm back. It's just Jordan Love, just a worse quarterback.
Better than Jimmy G.
Yeah,
Whatever
worse
the Raiders are
quarterback.
doing.
Yeah, he could go to the Chargers. They have a hurt guy. He could go to the Bucks, play for that
Oh man,
once in a generation talent.
that'd be an insane trio though.
Yeah,
Evans, Adams, Godwin.
all old people.
Yeah.
How old is Godwin? 27.
He might be 27. Not too old. Evans is also same year as Adams. 2014 was a good year for receivers,
All those old guys still balling out.
right?
Hopkins is same year, isn't he?
I think Hopkins was 2013,
Year after?
year before.
Year before. He's old.
Yeah. Playing for those Tennessee Titans.
He goes to the Titans. Oh no, 2 old timers
To
With
go
no one-
8
with-
and 9.
with no one to throw to him. I do hope Devontae Adams gets traded, man. I don't think he'll
He
get
should.
traded, but I really hope he does, and I hope he comes to the Bills.
Raiders got to blow this thing up. They got to fire their coach, trade Devontae for like a first-round pick if you can, and just restart.
Trade it to the Bills, yeah.
Yeah. Get a late first-round pick for him, and then maybe you got an early pick, take a quarterback, take someone else, restart. Trade Josh Jacobs while you're at it too, you know.
Honestly, tank the season.
Yeah, at this point, they're terrible.
Tank the season because they're 1-3. They could still get the first overall pick for sure, unless the Bears have anything to say about it.
The Bears or the Panthers or the Broncos or the Cardinals even, but they're going to beat the Bengals, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. That's all we got for this week, unless you have anything else.
No, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, for listening.
Tuning in even.
Yep. See you guys next week.
Bye-bye. Love you all.